while we were going through it, with things I had to speak up for.
Oprah has just been exposed for ruining Monique's career, and recently Martin Lawrence voiced his support of Monique and exposed Oprah too, which is unbelievable considering just how powerful Oprah is, and you'll never believe what he revealed. Monique is a comedian and actress who found immense success in the early 2000s. She was nominated for a Grammy in 2001 for a comedy album she released, and she's even been nominated for an Oscar. So considering all her amazing accomplishments, Monique should have continued to do great things throughout the 2010s and early 2020s. But instead, everything came crashing down for her right after she won the 2009 Academy Award. From 2010 to 2019, she only acted in 4 movies and she acted in 0 television shows. It was a far cry from her heyday in the previous decade, and her downfall was thoroughly undeserved. She didn't suddenly become a worse actress or commit some horrible crime. The truth is that she got on Oprah's wrong side and paid the price.
Monique realized she was being blackballed by Oprah.
Don't get the impression that Monique did something awful to Oprah to deserve her wrath. No, the truth is Monique set a very reasonable boundary which caused Oprah to lash out. Apparently, as a member of the Hollywood elite, Oprah thinks all of her wishes should be met, and anyone who fails that standard should suffer.
Lee Daniels reportedly warned Monique what can happen if she says no to Oprah, telling her it's not going to play out well for you.
So I'm sure you're wondering what exactly Monique did that pissed off Oprah so much.
Feud between Monique and Oprah has been simmering for over a decade.
Their problems started during the run-up to the 2009 Academy Awards, the one in which Monique won Best Supporting Actress for her role in Precious. Precious was directed by Lee Daniels and co-produced by Oprah and Tyler Perry. As the date of the award shows approached, Monique received a ton of media attention as she was the clear frontrunner for the award she ended up winning. Lee, Oprah, and Tyler wanted to make the most of all the eyes and ears on Monique, so they asked her to go on a press tour promoting the movie. Well, they didn't so much ask her to as tell her to, and they told her they weren't willing to pay her for the tour. They essentially wanted her to do promotion work for free. Monique wasn't having it. She had previously spent so much time working on Precious, and now that the filming was over, she just wanted to finally spend some time with her family. She told Oprah, Lee, and Tyler that she wasn't willing to go on a press tour. That's when Lee gave her the warning that she shouldn't cross Oprah, even though to an outside observer it seems totally reasonable that Monique wouldn't want to work for free after already expending so much energy on the project.
It's not going to play out well for you.
Almost immediately, Monique started to feel the backlash. It feels like Oprah really did, and probably still does, have some serious influence in Hollywood. Various media outlets suddenly started reporting that Monique was a difficult person to work with. She was being widely celebrated for her work in Precious one day to suddenly being made out to be a villain for being hard to work with the neck. It was a shocking twist if you didn't know what was going on behind the scenes, and it got even worse when Monique quickly realized no one wanted to hire her.
And Monique realized she was being blackballed by Oprah.
It became obvious to Monique that Oprah was pulling strings with movie and television producers to prevent Monique from landing new roles. She should have been in the highest demand of her career. She had just won an Academy Award, but she couldn't find work. Monique revealed that any offers she did get were quickly taken off the table. She was offered the role for Gloria in the 2013 movie The Butler, but then the offer was suddenly rescinded. Guess who ended up getting the role? It was Oprah. It's like Oprah wasn't even trying to hide what she was doing. Not only did she stop Monique from getting jobs, but she actually took those jobs for herself. Monique was also offered the role of Richard Pryor's grandmother in his biopic, as well as a role in the television show Empire, but both of those offers were similarly retracted. Oprah was so unconcerned with hiding what she was doing that Lee actually admitted to Monique that she was being blackballed by her. Monique asked him why she was being so harshly targeted.
Daniels responded, "Because you didn't play the game."
Oprah wasn't content with just ruining Monique's career. She also decided to exploit some of Monique's most personal, deep-seated problems.
I remembered those moments with my brother Gerald, and he was a monster to me.
When Monique was a young child, she was a victim of SA at the hands of her brother Gerald. The terrible things she experienced were known to the public. Monique revealed it in a 2008 interview with Essence. During her reign of terror over Monique's life, Oprah decided it was appropriate to invite Gerald onto her talk show to talk about what had happened between him and Monique when she was a kid. She did sort of give Monique a chance to nix the segment. She told Monique she'd cancel Gerald's appearance if it bothered Monique. Monique told Oprah she was alright with Gerald Gerald having a platform to speak because she wanted to give him a chance to show whether he had changed.
However, when Oprah released the commercial for the episode, Monique was shocked to discover that Oprah invited her parents along with Gerald to talk about her essay.
While Oprah gave Monique the right to refuse Gerald being on the show, she failed to tell Monique that her parents would also be present. This felt like a serious personal jab to Monique.
Now, the reason why that means so much is because in the conversation we had about my brother, we then went deeper. And we began to talk about our relationships with our mothers and our fathers. And I shared my relationship with her about my mother.
According to Monique, she told Oprah during a private, vulnerable conversation that she was on bad terms with her mother, that she and her mother weren't speaking, and she told Oprah that her parents had downplayed the severity of her essay, acting as if it wasn't as big of a deal as it was. While she was willing to let Gerald speak on Oprah's show, she did not want her parents to have that platform.
Had Oprah Winfrey said, "I'm gonna have your mother," I would have said, "Shut it down."
By the time Monique found out what Oprah had done, it was too late to stop the episode from airing. Gerald and Monique's parents went on Oprah's show and discussed the terrible things that Gerald had done to Monique, so Oprah essentially profited off of Monique's trauma and trust. Monique tried to reach Oprah to tell her that she was hurt by Oprah's handling of the situation, but Oprah made herself unavailable. She refused to answer Monique's attempts to contact her. When Monique finally got to speak to Oprah, which only occurred because they just happened to run into each other at a Hollywood event, Oprah gave what Monique interpreted as a fake apology. To this day, Monique is still hoping for a proper and public apology from Oprah. Now, I'm sure you're wondering how Martin Lawrence plays into all of this. It's pretty twisted. Martin's main role in the drama has been supporting Monique as she tries to get her career back on track.
And sources close to Martin are saying he's definitely on Monique's side because he knows who Oprah is and what kind of people she works for.
Martin is no stranger to how the media's narratives can be controlled to ruin someone's career.
But if there's one person who knows all about this game, it's Martin Lawrence, because he also experienced what it feels like when Hollywood elites decide to destroy you.
In May 1996, Martin was arrested after he wandered into traffic while waving a firearm in the air and screaming that someone was trying to take his life. Media outlets went crazy with the story.
They made a lot of things up to sell a better story, Martin said.
Some publications reported that he was on some sort of illegal substance during the event that led to the arrest, but the doctor who tested him right after the arrest said that Martin was completely sober. Others reported that Martin was diagnosed with bipolar disorder, which he said was also totally untrue. The truth is that Martin was under a lot of stress. Martin believed that he had been the victim of a type of plot that Dave Chappelle described.
Dave explained that what happened to him and Martin is that the industry higher-ups were deliberately stressing him out so he would snap. And once he snapped, all they had to do was label him as difficult or crazy to get full control of his career.
Dave and Martin believed that Hollywood's elite purposely drove some of the less powerful members of Hollywood's ranks mad so they could control the narrative about them and in turn control their careers. It's a bit of an outlandish sounding claim, but after seeing how Oprah treated Monique, it seemed like the most powerful people in Hollywood might do anything to get their way. Martin thought that Oprah was planning to do the same thing to Monique that Dave described happening to others, which is why Martin stepped up to show his support for Monique.
Monique recently revealed that Martin gave her some valuable advice on standing up for yourself and not letting the industry control you.
And he looked at me and said, "Monique, don't ever let them tell you what you can't have."
Martin seemed to be trying to give Monique some of her power back with his inspiring words. While Oprah and others have tried to tear Monique down, Martin tried to prop her up, which is definitely commendable. Monique never did anything to deserve the treatment she got. I'm sure she really appreciated getting Martin's support at a low point in her career. Hopefully she keeps striving for success and eventually finds a way to turn her career back around. Maybe with Martin's support, she can overcome all the factors working against her. So I have to know what you all think. Can you believe how blatantly and unashamedly Oprah attacked Monique's career and personal life? Do you think Dave and Martin were onto something when they said the Hollywood elite purposely drives people to their breaking points? Do you think Monique will ever again reach the level of success she had in the early 2000s?